Canada is an interesting market to expand into because it's so proximate to the U.S., obviously, and you're in the part of the northern U.S. So I mean, there's parts of Canada that are closer to you than parts of the U.S. are, and so culturally, it feels like it's in many ways just sort of an extension of the U.S.
Right.
Oftentimes as well, maybe a little less these days.
Do you think franchisors see it like that? Like almost, viewing it like the next state they're going into? Right?
Depending on their state, yeah.
Right.
Those who are in, I think, the northern U.S. will often see it because they have so much experience, often just traveling personally into some of those, I guess, sort of border cities that may border against their state. So I think there are a great number of U.S. franchisors who do view it as a very natural extension, and the travel's not too onerous, and so it feels very accessible for most parts of Canada. It's a bit of a strange country though because it's enormous, right? The geographic landmass is enormous. It's second largest country in the world behind Russia, but it's very sparsely populated. Across that enormous, mass of land, there are fewer people than there are in all of California, by like several million.
Yep.
And they are, we have a small number of densely populated urban areas.
There's essentially three primaries, right?
There's Toronto, there's Vancouver, there's Montreal, and Montreal is sort of on its own island of law because it's within the province of Quebec, which has a completely different legal system than the rest of the country.
Okay.
And there's Calgary, Alberta, and then some smaller cities, Ottawa and Edmonton and Winnipeg. And then for the most part, you have chunks of a lot of vastness in between that are not really all that populated, and many and smaller, very small cities and small towns, and they're all kind of scattered across the country. There's not many. It's not in the same thing as you could be in the northeastern U.S. and you've got New York and Philadelphia and Washington, and Chicago's even not that far over, and Detroit, and they're all relatively close to each other with many small cities in between.
Sure.
Most of Canada is not like that, which does mean that for a U.S. franchisor, it feels like it's a natural extension. It feels like it's, an easy step and not really entering a true international market. But it's a different degree of support when you're talking about crisscrossing that entire landmass and with very little in between. So it always leads to interesting discussions about whether you should be expanding to Canada by way of single unit franchising or whether area development makes sense, or, oftentimes it's by master franchising. But master franchising, again, you're giving somebody this enormous territory where your master franchisee is going to incur a considerable amount of cost.
I'm Refreshman, and I'm here to empower you to take charge of your destiny. Are you tired of working for someone else? Do you dream of making a difference in your community and unleashing your full potential? Then look no further than Refresh Franchising. With us by your side, you can start your own heroic business venture with the unwavering support and cutting-edge resources you need to conquer your goals. Our franchise model is like a super serum that will give you the strength to succeed. Refresh provides extensive training, ongoing mentorship, and an established brand with a loyal customer base. Plus, you'll become part of a heroic league of entrepreneurs who serve as allies on your journey towards greatness. And the best part, you won't have to waste time building your business from scratch like some kind of neophyte. With Refresh Franchising, you'll hit the ground running at lightning speed and unlock the key to heroic financial success. So gather your courage, summon your inner superhero, and visit refreshfranchising.com to launch your heroic franchise journey. Always remember, together, we can achieve greatness.